Hey everyone, it's Awesome Channel. Today I'm gonna be summarizing First Samuel, the first part of Samuel. So the first part of Samuel, they're talking about Hannah. She's weeping outside the church because she is unfertile and she really wants kids. But because she's unfertile, she cries out to God, and the high priest Eli doesn't even know what it looks like when someone cries out. So when she's crying out, he mistakes her for being a drunk and basically yells at her for drinking, but she hasn't. Later, the Lord makes her fertile, and she has 3 sons and 2 daughters. One of them is Samuel. As the years go by, Samuel gets closer to God, like in a more spiritual way, as understanding God and knowing who He is and what you have to do to be with Him, so he becomes a better Christian. And that's when God says, "If you honor me, you will be honored." That basically He's saying that if you scratch my bag, I'll scratch your bag, kind of thing. Where He's saying you pay respect to me, and the respect due to you will be paid. Later, God gets really mad, and He's like, "Y'all will have no older men, so like no old guys." So no old guys, and as you know, Eli is getting old. So he's on the time of dying. Also later in Samuel, Samuel wakes to someone calling his name, not fully knowing who God is. Samuel kind of wakes up, hears someone saying, "Samuel, wake." So he wakes up and he goes asks Eli, "Well, yes, you called me." And Eli's like, "No, I didn't call you." He does that about 2 or 3 more times until Eli figures out that God's calling him, that he needs to go lay down and see what he is being asked. Also, Samuel becomes very close to God after this. Everyone starts seeing him as a prophet, thinking, he's a great man, he's wise, that he is sent by God. So Israel is like getting their butt kicked in this war with the Philistines. And so they're like, okay, let's bring the Ark of the Covenant down here to give us good luck. When they do this, they lose horribly. They lose 30,000 foot soldiers. And the other people take Ark of the Covenant. After that, the Dagons find their ruler face down in front of the Ark of the Covenant, just worshipping. And that's when everyone starts getting tumors. So no one wants the Ark of the Covenant because it starts bringing upon death and bad things. In 1 Samuel 5, Samuel 6, everyone, they're like, we should take the Ark home, that we need to do it with 2 cows that have never been milked, or I don't remember the word they used, but have never been that. And we put it on a cart, but gold statues representing the kings that have died and all the good things that have been brought upon them. So they do that. It kind of works. So it's brought back. So all's good. Moving right along. Israel meet in Bisma. Escape of the Israelites are killed. Samuel gets old. Samuel's like very, very old now, so he's looking for someone to kind of pass the thing along to keep his place going. And he's like, and everyone there knows that Samuel's dying, and he's getting very, very old. So they want a king. They're asking Samuel for a king, and so Samuel consults God about it, and God says, "That's okay. Ask them if that's truly what they want, and that is what they truly want." So later he's like, "Well, Samuel, do that. Find a good king, and I shall not I will be mad at them forever." And he's just saying that how if you have a king, it will like mess you up. That you don't need a king. No matter how many other people have a king, you shouldn't get one. He has a tall son, very tall apparently, very tall and handsome. And they go looking for a lost donkey. Um, they're having trouble with it, and they go to a small town, and they pass these girls asking them, "Where is the seer?" And so they go to the seer. On the way there, they meet Samuel, and Samuel remembers that God said this is where he would meet the king, and that would be Saul. So Saul gets the he gets to be the king of I think it was going down the drain. So later, Saul gets getting very mad, so he cuts up an oxen and he says that represents something. Everyone cries out to God later, and he's like, "Deliver us from the hand of these people, and we will come back to you." And God remembers what he said earlier, which was, "If you have a king, I will forget about you." Then they will be They'll be because they forgot about me as their king, that I will forget about them and their king. So he turns their back on them and says no, and they're preached to and are told to change their ways. Well, that sums up most of it. Thanks for listening. Next, we're going to go through the rest of Samuel. So look for that next video. Yeah.